She always gets what she wants because of her influence. Until she met this young guy. What happens when power meets resistance? Come with me, guys. Let's find out together. Hey, friends. Welcome to another mind-blowing movie featuring your amazing actors and actresses. I know you don't want to miss this one. It's full of life lessons, emotions, and powerful drama. But before we dive in, why not subscribe for more captivating movies like this? The story begins with a young man named Kelechi and a young lady named Agatha. Both were seen trying to fix their car. Kelechi kept struggling to make it start, but Agatha told him to call a mechanic since she had some money with her. That made Kelechi start praising her. Have you ever met someone who likes taking control just because they can? Later that day, they were both hustling together, Kelechi as the driver and Agatha as the conductor. She kept calling out for passengers. But soon after, Kelechi noticed the car wouldn't start again. When he told Agatha, she refused to listen, thinking all their efforts were wasted. Meanwhile, that same day, we meet Angela, a beautiful young lady who had just returned from work. She was chatting with a friend on the phone when a young man came to welcome her. But instead of showing gratitude, she pushed him away. He was shocked until she boldly told him to leave her house. Why do some people treat love like a game of power? That night, Kelechi was on the phone when Agatha came in to ask who he was speaking with. He explained it was the doctor calling to inform him that they could no longer keep his sister Amaka in the hospital because they were owing 800,000 naira. Agatha told him to bring Amaka home, but Kelechi hesitated, afraid of what might happen since his sister was mentally unstable. Would you bring a loved one home if you knew they could be dangerous? That same night, Angela called the same young man she had sent away earlier. She told him she had transferred some money to him so he could come over. He was upset. He wanted love, not money, but Angela kept manipulating him. Still, he went to see her because he loved her. When he arrived, he tried explaining his feelings, but Angela shut him up and led him straight to the bedroom. After a while, when they were done, he praised her, only for Angela to tell him to leave her house again in the middle of the night. The next day, Kelechi and Agatha were back at their daily hustle. While Agatha was collecting fare from passengers, a man began harassing her. She didn't hesitate to slap him hard. The man retaliated immediately. Kelechi jumped down angrily to defend her, and it almost turned into a fight. He was so mad that he wanted to quit for the day, but Agatha pleaded with him to stay. Have you ever seen someone risk everything to protect someone they love? Moments later, Agatha praised Kelechi, saying she had never seen that side of him before. Kelechi smiled and told her she meant everything to him and that he wouldn't let anyone hurt her. The next morning, Kelechi waited for Agatha so they could go out together. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. When Agatha opened it, she was shocked. It was Amaka. Both she and Kelechi were speechless. Back at work, Kelechi was not himself because of his sister's condition. Agatha tried to comfort him. Later that day, Amaka welcomed them home with excitement, saying she had prepared something special for them. Both were shocked but nervous as she insisted they eat immediately. When they opened the plate, it was full of stones. Kelechi got angry and scolded her. Amaka burst into tears and ran inside. Both remained terrified, and Kelechi immediately called the doctor, though he still owed the hospital. What would you do if your own blood started losing touch with reality? The next day, Angela was on the phone with her mother, who kept pressuring her to get married and give her grandchildren. But Angela coldly replied that she'd rather get someone to impregnate her instead. Her mother was heartbroken. That night, Kelechi and Agatha were asleep when Agatha suddenly heard Amaka's voice. She woke Kelechi, and they went to check. To their shock, Amaka was sitting alone, talking to herself and calling the name Chinedu, her ex who broke her heart. Kelechi was furious, but Agatha tried to calm him down. 2 days later, while Kelechi and Agatha were fixing their car, Angela passed by. Suddenly, someone snatched her bag. She screamed for help, and Kelechi immediately chased after the thief and got the bag back. Angela, who didn't trust men, was surprised when he returned it. She offered him her card to thank him, but he refused. Would you have accepted the card or walked away like Kelechi did? When Kelechi got home, Agatha wasn't happy that he accepted Angela's card. As they talked, they noticed the couch had been moved. When they called Amaka to ask her about it, she came out crying, saying she was looking for Chinedu. Kelechi couldn't hide his disappointment anymore. Later that night, while Agatha was asleep, Kelechi kept staring at Angela's card. When Agatha woke up and caught him, he explained who Angela really was. Agatha, trying to trust him, told him to go ahead and call her. The following day, Kelechi spoke with Angela, and she invited him to her house that evening. When he told Agatha they'd close early, she refused and told him to go while she continued working. When Kelechi arrived at Angela's house, she welcomed him warmly and offered him something to drink. He asked for water, but Angela laughed and insisted on giving him alcohol. That night, when Agatha got home, she found Amaka pretending to be engaged, wearing an onion ring, saying, "Chinedu proposed to me." Agatha was furious and tried to talk sense into her. Just then, Kelechi walked in, completely drunk. He dropped on the couch and passed out. The next morning, Agatha confronted him angrily. He tried to explain, but she wasn't having it. Hours later, when she still refused to talk to him, Kelechi apologized again and revealed everything. He confessed that while he was drunk, he told Angela all about his sister's condition, and Angela offered to help, but only if he would spend time with her. At that moment, Agatha told him to go. Kelechi was shocked, but she repeated, "Go. Would you let your partner go into temptation just to save someone you love?" Back at home, Agatha was sitting on the bed, screaming as memories flooded her mind. She couldn't stop thinking about everything that had happened. Suddenly, Amaka came in and asked if she was okay and if she'd heard from her brother. This time, Agatha could see that Amaka was calm and in her right senses. They chatted for a while before Amaka quietly returned to her room. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed that even silence feels loud? The next morning, Kelechi woke up at Angela's house. He hurried to get dressed so he could leave for work. But Angela walked in with breakfast, smiling sweetly, and then shocked him with an offer. 2 million naira to stay with her for 10 days. Would you stay for the money or leave for your peace of mind? Back at Agatha's place, she was struggling to fix the car so she could continue their work. Just then, Kelechi called and told her about the new deal. Agatha was speechless. When she got home that evening, she met Amaka acting strange again, talking to herself and laughing. But instead of getting angry, Agatha sat her down gently and spoke to her with love, promising to take some days off to spend time with her. Amaka was happy to hear that. The next day, Angela took Kelechi out shopping, showering him with expensive gifts. Meanwhile, Agatha and Amaka sat quietly at home, picking beans together. Doesn't it hurt when the one you love is out enjoying life while you're at home struggling? That night, Angela and Kelechi were watching a movie together. His phone kept ringing. It was Agatha, but he refused to answer. The next day, Agatha and Amaka were seen together again. Agatha burned all the old clothes that reminded her of Amaka's heartbreak with Chinedu. It was her way of helping her sister heal. That same night, Agatha kept calling Kelechi, but still, he wouldn't pick up. He was too busy having a good time with Angela. The following day, Angela came home from work. Kelechi, who was in the kitchen cooking, rushed to welcome her. She smiled and handed him a brand new iPhone. Overjoyed, Kelechi lifted her up in excitement, thanking her over and over. Then, Angela told him she had a business dinner the next night, and she wanted him to come along. Isn't it strange how fast love can turn into control? The next evening, Angela came downstairs beautifully dressed. Kelechi, looking handsome himself, waited for her. They exchanged a few words and left together. The following morning, Angela arranged a surprise breakfast. She used that moment to confess her feelings for Kelechi. He was shocked and didn't know what to say. Without touching the food, he quietly went upstairs. 8 days later, Agatha sent Kelechi a message. She told him she wasn't happy. He hadn't answered her calls or replied to her messages. After sending it, Amaka came in, excited to tell her she was going on a date the next day. Agatha smiled but warned her to be careful. Later, Amaka noticed how sad Agatha looked and asked what was going on with her brother. Agatha explained everything, saying she felt guilty and blamed herself for everything that had gone wrong. But Amaka tried to console her. The next 2 days passed quietly. Then one afternoon, Angela's friend came over. Kelechi welcomed her politely and went to call Angela. The two ladies sat together, sipping champagne and chatting, while Kelechi watched silently. Meanwhile, Agatha was losing her patience. The car had broken down again, the bills were piling up, and the man she loved was nowhere to be found. That night, Kelechi couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about Agatha's message and how much she must be hurting. The next morning, he began packing his things. He even removed the clothes Angela had bought for him. When Angela entered and saw him, she was shocked. She begged him to stay, but Kelechi confessed that he already had a girlfriend, the same woman Angela had seen before. Angela laughed bitterly. Have you ever seen someone laugh to hide their heartbreak? Then Angela changed her tone. She threatened not to pay him a dime unless he took all the gifts she had given him and allowed her to drive him home herself. Moments later, Agatha was asleep in the living room when they both arrived. Angela mocked her sarcastically before transferring the money to Kelechi. She told him to think about what they had discussed and promised she could change his life if he stayed with her. Then she left. Agatha stood up quietly and walked away, too hurt to speak. Kelechi followed her, pleading and apologizing, but she refused to listen. Later that same day, Kelechi sat alone in the living room when Amaka came in, looking radiant. He was surprised at how calm and healthy she looked. Amaka explained everything that had happened while he was away, how Agatha helped her forget about Chinedu and heal from her past. Kelechi was deeply moved. That night, Angela called Kelechi again, but this time, he stood his ground. He told her firmly that he didn't want her, that he already had a girlfriend. Agatha overheard the conversation, and her heart softened. She forgave him, and they finally reconciled. Would you have forgiven him if you were in Agatha's place? The next morning, Angela complained bitterly to her friend that no man had ever rejected her, and Kelechi would not be the first. She was furious. 2 days later, Angela showed up at Kelechi's house with a brand new car, insisting he take it. He refused, but she wouldn't stop pushing. Thankfully, Agatha and Amaka came out and boldly chased her away, since Kelechi couldn't. A week later, Amaka brought her fiancé home to meet Kelechi and Agatha. They all sat together, chatting happily. The young man then surprised them by gifting Kelechi and Agatha 2 million naira to support their transportation business. They were both overjoyed, especially Kelechi, who was grateful to see his sister living a normal, peaceful life again, no longer haunted by the name Chinedu. From that day, they all lived happily ever after. Would you agree that patience, love, and forgiveness always win in the end? Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe button for more captivating and emotional movies from us. See you next time. Bye.